Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Good evening and welcome to the stream. I'm Shane. Thank you for joining us on the stream today. I'm Shane from JR Art Lab. If you haven't been with us before, thank you for joining. I hope you're looking forward to some fun sketching today. And we have a new topic, as we do every week for SketchClub. Yes, I'm from JR Art Lab. And it is a bit cold here today, even though we got a fair bit of a warm last few days. We've had a bit of rain coming in. And we're seeing a lot of little birdies come back onto the pond behind us. So this week we've seen some cool birdies that we have seen before, but I think I haven't seen one of these before. So I chose today's stream based on these two types of wild duck that have landed on the pond, and they're very funny, very cute. They seem to live in like pairs, so there's like a boy and a girl, and they just hang about on the pond. So if you are sketching with us today, you can use whatever you like. You can use your iPad, you can use Procreate, you can use... I'm going to be using Clip Studio Paint on my computer so that I can stream that live for you guys. But you can do it in a sketchbook, you can do it with watercolors, you can do it however you want. Now, if you haven't seen our stream before, we have a digital art studio, online studio, and we do live classes, so you can learn and teach. We teach and you guys can learn. We have adult classes and children's classes. We do something called creative coaching, which is designed to help people that want to develop their skills in particular areas of digital art. So we do video production, filmmaking, graphic design, 3D. We're doing architecture at the moment. We're building this really cool tiny house in our architecture class, very futuristic tiny house. They call it a capsule house. So we found those very interesting. So we're doing those at the moment in architectural 3D rendering. We also do sculpting, 3D sculpting, podcasting, and photography. So if you would like to develop any of those skills, or maybe you're a traditional artist and you'd like to take better reference photos so that when you paint back in your studio, that you have better reference photos. Like, it could be anything. So check out our website, www.jrartlab.com. and check out what we've got. You can also contact us through any of those social medias. Sorry, just fixing my little light there. I'm just going to get my screen set up here, and we're going to have a look at these cool little ducks. I didn't put the name in the title because I thought, you know, it's more fun if you get to have another surprise. So let me switch on over to my screen, and we're going to have a little bit of a new thing today. So something new. One, we've got new tunes, so very excited to have those new tunes from Chill Hop for the springtime. And we're also going to have a look, and we might do this from now on. If we find a bird that we're doing or an animal that we're doing, we might have a little bit of a look at the information about those animals, because we can always learn more about interesting animals. I think that's quite fun. Okay, so let me switch over to my other screen here. Now, I do have a little bit of a cold, I think, so I might have a bit of a sniffle today, but I'll try and keep it under control. Okay, so let me switch over. Let me know if the music's too loud or not loud enough there. It does seem a little bit quiet. I'm going to turn it up just a bit here. There we go. All right. So, the first wild duck that we saw in the pond was this little guy. This is called a Bufflehead. Isn't that a funny name? Bufflehead. But they are very interesting because they're very white. The chest is very white, and that's his little girl there. There's the female. So we'll click on that and have a little bit of a look at the female. Okay, there's our Lady Buffle. But the white really stands out on the pond when you see them from. And look at that little waddle, bop 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 bop, so cute. And they're quite small. They're not as big as, you know, other types of ducks. But look, there he goes underneath. Another lady one. I think our lady one was a bit more greyish. But they're very cool little animals. And let me just go back here. So this is our Bufflehead. There's the male. And we've got a sound. Let's have a listen. It sounds a bit like a crow. Alright, so there's our Bufflehead. And this is where it lives. So you can find this on allaboutbirds.org. And you can see that it's actually up here where we are in. It's scarce, but it's breeding in our area here. So we're up here in the Quebec province. And there's more breeding up in that area. But I think these two little guys might be a couple, and they might have some babies. That would be pretty cool. So there's more information here about little Buffleheads. And the other one that we saw this week happened to just be at the bottom there, which is this guy. Look at this head. It's called a hooded Meganzer. I think they were hairstyled back in the 80s. So a male and a female there. They've got this big white patch on their head. And it's all feathers. I think it's just long feathers. And again, you can see here they're coming up here in this breeding zone. This is our Quebec area in North America. So they breed all across, I believe, southern Ontario, Quebec, and I should know my provinces, other provinces of Canada, and down into the USA, I think. So yeah, these guys are pretty interesting as well. Let's have a listen to what they sound like. I'm pretty sure you can hear that at home. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Okay, so they are primarily eating fish. They nesting in cavities. Now, the other one I noticed nests in cavities as well. I'm not quite sure what that means, but it sounds interesting. Maybe it's in between the rocks. Conservation, low concern, whereas this one is also conservation, low concern. Habitat, lakes and ponds. Habitat, lakes and ponds. They also eat aquatic invertebrates, the Buffleheads. So I would guess some fishies and things like that. So, interesting. Two new ducks that I've never seen before. Now, we may at one point have a look at our ducks that we have, because we have a few different types of ducks as well. And people always think our ruined duck is a wild duck that we caught. It's been happened a couple of times. People asked us, what? Did you just catch that in the pond? If you have a look at the ruin, Oh, I'm typing on another desk here. Okay, the ruin, it looks like... That is not what it looks like. It looks like a mallard. So there's a ruin just there. Look at that big beastie one. Our guy doesn't look that beastie, but this is what our boy looks like, and we've got a couple of girls that look like this. We've got Debbie and Victoria, and this guy's called Drakey. And when they're babies, they have little stripy eyes, but that's two of the types of ducks that we have. Well, one type of duck we have. But let's have a look at our sketchbook here. Our mural, which is where I've collected all these things. Now, there's some pretty cool ducks in here as well. I collected some other ducks. So let's have a little look through and decide which one we're going to do a study from today. I really like these mandarin ducks. Very interesting little ducks. So there's probably a few stray duckies in here that aren't from our Meganzers and whatever, because I was just searching it up. That's got beautiful lighting there. Ooh, that one's pretty cool. So we've got the Buffleheads and the hooded Meganzer. So I'll probably pick a Bufflehead and a hooded Meganzer to look at. Okay, now I feel like that one definitely has to go in. That one looks like the inspiration for that one. Look at that. And then we'll put in this one. And I like that angle. I like the water in that one too, and that one. So we usually use Mural to collect a bunch of images. So there's another... I think it's hard to tell if it's a ruin or if it's a... What is it called? A mallard. Mallards are the wild ducks. Mallards are much smaller, I think. So we do have a mallard and his little girl on the pond as well. And they look exactly like my boy, but smaller. They're much smaller than the ducks that are kept in captivity or bred ducks. That's what he looks like. Very, very cute. And they met each other this week. It was really funny. They could hear our ducks quacking, and then they got curious and they swam up and they were like, oh, should we go up and have a look at that? What's going on? Why can I hear other ducks? But there's some beautiful ducks out there. Look at this little guy. Look at that color. I'm not sure what that one's called. I think we could do like a whole year just on types of ducks. Oh, look at that one. Bufflehead. 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 Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, I think that's from the Cougar Week. Anything else we want to switch in here? I think that one can... That one maybe. And this one. I didn't get as many Buffleheads. I like this watercolor Bufflehead. There's another painted Bufflehead. These guys are pretty cool too. I think there's a few of those in there. There's another Buffly. Alright, I think that should be enough for our reference. And we'll have a look at what we've got here. And then we will start our painting. Now, I haven't put in the link. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat here. So if you would like to open it up and have a look at the references, you can. And you can pick a different one. If you like one that I'm not doing, and you would still like to just do a study of these little Buffleheads or the Meganzer. By the way, I'm not sure if that's exactly how you say it. I'm just saying it the way it reads. So I apologize if you're a duck aficionado and that I'm saying this wrong. Okay, so let's just tidy these guys up a little bit. I feel like that one's going to be the winner, and I feel like this one might be the winner. These ones here. Okay, let's zoom in and see what we've got. Actually, let's move them over a little bit. You can select multiple objects with Shift, just like in Photoshop or Illustrator or Affinity Photo. I met another artist this week who also is a big fan of Affinity Photo. I think I mentioned to him about, if you didn't know, Affinity Photo has been acquired by Canva. And that will be interesting. I think we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Hopefully they don't... Look at that. That looks like that guy. How did we do this? How did we find the reference picture and a painting, and the reference picture and a painting? That's funny. I do like this little guy. That's a good pose too. Okay. I really like this one. Okay, so maybe we shouldn't do the ones that already have a reference. And let's go with... Look at that beautiful color on this little one. I feel like it's a bit strange. It's like it's a sculpture. Have we got another Buffle? Okay, so we'll put this one here. We'll put you up there. And... Alright, we'll put these over to the side here. Let's get painting. So which one are we going to do first? Let's see. Can I flip that? I think I can. Right click. I'm sure I can. Crop. Border, caption, lock. Lock menu. Edit caption. We can rotate, but we want to flip. That's undo, redo. Why do I feel like I've done this before and it was just a simple right click? Image, move, lock, edit link, crop. No. Alright, well, we'll just live with it. Okay, I think we'll start off with the color. Which one? I like the water in this one. I'm not sure we can pull that off in our time frame, but okay, let's start off with this one. So we'll put this guy here as well. So we've got a photo. I really want to flip that around the other way too, but why do I feel like it's moved or something? Activity, this one. Caption, border, zoom. Add outline. View. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I've never flipped anything and I'm just imagining it. If you can't flip it, that would be a bit strange, I think. Okay. Let's give ourselves... Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get two done today, so let's see. Let's give ourselves a new palette. Alright, is everybody else ready out there? So we're going to get... Now, I think we want to do a bluish hue in the shadows. Let's give ourselves a dark bluish. Let's see what this looks like. And then we'll go here, here, here. see about here. Oh, girlie, you want to say hello? Where's my girl? Aria, come here. Come on. It's the rest time, girlie. We got to do classes. Poor lurly girlie. Oh, now you're here. Now you want to say hello? This is Girlie Seal. Occasionally she's visible on the stream, aren't you, Gaga? Who's my pretties? Who's this pretty girlies? Who's a pretty girlies? You want to paint the Bufflehead? Okay, we need some browns. A browny orange. Okay, let's just go bang in the middle. And we'll go this way. We'll go this way. We'll go this way. And we'll go this way. That probably should have been the other way around, but that'll be okay. Now I think we might need a bit of... I'm seeing some blue on that water. Do we have something like that? Yeah, I think we do. I like the reeds in the back there too, and I think there's a little bit of reflecting grey-green. Like a jade-ish green, I think. I think I like yellowish green. Alright, that looks better. Okay, let's give ourselves a couple of layers. Alright, if you've got any questions, you can send a message in the chat on Twitch. Okay. So I might do my outline with this. Oh. Brush size, slider. Okay, so we'll just give ourselves a little box here in case we do two. How are we doing? Oh wow, we're a bit slow today. We might have to increase the length of the stream if we keep investigating the information about the animals. What's going on? Touched off? Yeah, that's better. Okay, I think we'll make it a bit bigger. I have a feeling we might not get to the Bufflehead today. This one is the hooded Meganzer. So maybe we can... I really would like to paint the Bufflehead. What do you think? Should we stick to just doing a few ducks for a few weeks? I can do that. Will you guys find that interesting? Let me know in the comments. And please, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, like and subscribe so that we know, and comment about what you would like to paint. That would be great. Yeah, it's really interesting. I've talked about this with Brian, the other teacher, a few times. When we taught and lived in Hong Kong before, and it's a very different world in the social media liking and subscribing and all that sort of stuff. Because I think in Hong Kong, I think in Western world, we're a little bit stingy with our likes. And I don't know, we need to do something extra special to get people just to click the like button. Even when they like it. And I know this is interesting, but yeah. Don't be stingy with your likes. If you like people's stuff, just say I like it. It's like putting a little smile out there in that person's day. We need to like more. I actually tried to like more. Now that I know that this is like a thing, it's like I try to like more. Okay. If you just like something even just a little bit, that person that made it, especially for artists, that person that made it's gonna be like, oh wow. And the person who's already got like 3,000 likes on their page, they won't even notice, but that's the people we like. We like the people that's already got the 3,000 likes. And we're like, oh, that one's only got 3 likes. Somewhere in the back of our head, we kind of like, oh, that one's only got like 4 likes, or yeah, I don't think I'll like it. Stingy Western liking, I think it is. I could be wrong. It'd be an interesting study to do. It'd be a very interesting study to do. Like the behavior of... I'm sure someone's doing this kind of behavioral... Okay, now what are we going to do with that white? I feel like there's a bit of blue or a bit of yellow in there. Let me have a look with a very little bit of yellow. A little bit of sunlight might be coming in there. Yeah, I think so. Let's try it out. Bufflehead. It's such a funny word, hey? Oh, Bufflehead. Oh, you little Bufflehead. Oh, Buffly. Now I think that if we put that yellow... Birds with yellow eyes kind of look a bit evil, right? Like when they have a really yellow eye, it just makes them... It reminds me of like in what do you call that? Jurassic Park. There was like the velociraptors, and they look and they're like, and their eye was like yellow. Okay, we'll go a bit bluish on this bit, and then we'll go... I love having the color wheel and the sliders. We're really spoiled, digitalists. We're really spoiled because we have all this. We all have all these options for us to just you know, we can use color wheels, we can use sliders, we can use hue, saturation, value. We can control all these things that when you're using oil paint or acrylic you can't control, and I think that's a really wonderful... It's funny, I I wonder if people's, there was, when I was in college, back in art college, there was a thing where people were still kind of learning about what is digital, I guess, and I think it still exists a little bit here or around. And digital being like people think a little bit that you don't actually have to paint it like we're doing now. Like there's some magical trick that like it's not as hard. And I think it's very interesting that there's like completely different levels of problems. Like I think by having all of the paints and you can choose all of the paints, that's its own problem, right? What am I going to choose? Like I can do anything. I can choose any color. Whereas if you're just working with like a limited kind of, you know, a palette, you might just go with what you've got, and that will influence your choices. I think that could be a bit lighter. I like we did that yellow there actually. That will help this orange kind of color here. Is orange a word or did I make that up? I feel like I made it up. Orange? What do you reckon? Orange should go into the Oxford Dictionary? Or like right alongside lol. Oh, lol, orange. Okay, let's put some of these bits in here now. Let's have a look at the eye. The pupil is so tiny. Oh, he's alive. Once you put that little dot in, Bufflehead's alive. Alright. Let's have a look on the beak here. We need another little dot. Okay, now I think we need to go back here and we need to do some sneaky lightening of this background to get him to we are spoiled though. For layers, I think the learning curve for digital is bigger, because when you have all these tools, like you can do a lot of different things, but you know, what are you going to put on every layer? Are you going to You might be lucky to have layers to separate things, but how do you choose what to separate? Or how do you choose, like, what is my blending mode thing? What does that even do? Oh, I've got to switch back to that other layer. Okay, let's go into the buffle. Okay, I think this bit on the top is supposed to be there. Oh no, this is the hooded Meganzer. What am I saying? I should have done the buffle, because then I could have just kept talking about buffles. Buffly buffle. Hooded Meganzer's kind of got a buffle-ish head. If I had to imagine the word, what buffle means, I would say this is probably what I would imagine. It's very buffly. Okay, let's do some work on this beak here. I think we might need an eraser. Where's my tools? What eraser will we have? We have, let's get hard eraser. Go back to our brush. I was talking to someone yesterday here in our area, and I was curious if he was telling me that his ducks, he used to have ducks, and the ducks were a bit aggressive, and our ducks have been really like calm. I wondered if other people find their ducks calm or aggressive. I think they're pretty, ours are pretty chill. They're pretty friendly and, well, I wouldn't say friendly actually. They're not aggressive. They're not, yeah, they're not mean to us. Like they don't chase us around like a goose or anything. Oh, what are we doing? Alright, now there's a cool bit of reflection, buffly reflection going through here. I think we're going to make it lighter than that. And I think that this, going down to the bottom here, I think it can even be lighter than that. Because with this oil paint brush, it kind of picks up certain things and not other things. Okay. Now I think I want to hit the background with a bit of a smudgy. Not everywhere, but just around. Painterly blender. We haven't had any lag today. I just remembered that I was having a little bit of lag last time. Let's try textured blender. Let's go back to Painterly blender, color stretch, brush density. We might have to put a few of these colors back in again, because I just want it to feel a little bit more separate from the dark, like a alright, let's go. Oh, back to brush, and let's see what we're doing here. We kind of need to slice it off, okay, and then we need a reflection here. And we need this bits. Okay, so there's that bit. That's funny, I left out a whole bit of his chest shape there. There's a white bit there, and I think I need to re-black. Okay, we'll bring that down there, and we'll put in, there's a little bit here. So hooded Meganzers. Pretty cool little looking birds, aren't they? Look at that giant, what else can you call it? It's hood. Hood, it's got a hoodie. It's a hoodie duck. I love the way this oil paint brush works. It works like if you were, it's very oil painty. If you choose, like if I choose a white here and then I paint on this, I have to paint quite hard, but it blends in. So you can see that when I paint there, it's not pure white. Even though I'm painting with white, it's giving me like a mix. That is very cool in my book. Now I think we might put in a little bit of this. There's a little bit of bluishness, and I think our head could be bigger. We need a bit of... We need more buffeliness. Can you have too much buffeliness? I don't know. We extend that a little bit there. Now we've got some value going on here, so we'll have to be a bit more controlled with what we put in. Okay, that looks better. There's some nice texture in there when you zoom in. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Okay, and let's get a bit, I think, a bluish greenish. We also have the cool black ducks. They're kind of like a... What is they called again? Black duck. The first few eggs that they lay were really dark. They had like a black cover on them. It was pretty cool. Alright, how are we doing? Now, we can see if we can simulate some of these markings here. Alright, we might have time for another sketch, I think. I mean, we could keep working on this, but we're supposed to be sketching. Oh no, we still haven't done the reflection. Okay, let's do something for the reflection. Brian, can you go and check what that was? Something just crashed. I think my dog is being a bit of a bufflehead right now. Alright, so there's our Meganzer. Let's move on. How long have we got? 15 minutes. Let's see if we can do ourselves a quick bufflehead. Alright. Give ourselves a new layer. We might shrink those two guys a bit. Oh, now we've got the pressure on. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. I want to get that rainbowy bit. Oh, 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 oh. Careful. Oh, again. The same thing again. No, I just undoed. Redo. Okay. Wrong clicker. There we go. So let's go beaky beaky. And okay, why am I painting it backwards? Do I want to paint it backwards? I think let's use the other side. Okay, let's get rid of beaky beaky on that side. Oh, edit, redo. Okay, let's go this way. Uh-oh. Oh, not circle. All right. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, now I think this one wants a bluer. Let's try a little bit of that yellow. I feel like we could get away with it, right? Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, such a cute little Bufflehead. Get in there. How long we do it? We got 5 minutes. I reckon we might just make it, everybody. Let's add a bit of this yellow in here. Right, now comes all the cool colory bits. Let's get a khaki, greenish, brownish, and then we'll move around to greenish. A bit more saturated, I think, for that one. And then we move to greenish bluish. Seriously, so amazing, these colors. I really want to put in that pinkish here. Why wouldn't somebody have called this rainbow head duck? I wonder if there's another duck called rainbow head duck. I think we need that bluish bit here. Underneath the eye, looks good. And then that green is going in there, isn't it? Oh, such a cutie Bufflehead. Such a Bufflehead. It's like the thing you could say when you made a mistake and you did something like you forgot something and you're like, oh, I'm such a Bufflehead. Okay, that purple is pretty good. I like that bit of purple going through there. Quite partial to a bit of purple, as you probably remember from previous streams. And let's see if we can get a little bit of a different bluish going on in here. We should get a bit more grayish going on in here. How long have we got? 3 minutes. Let's put in a BG. Let's see what we can do with this BG. I think we have a layer. Is there anything on that? No, there is not. Perfect. Okay, BG is going to have Bufflehead blue. Maybe they're on the same pond. And they can't be now because that one has a different... Oh, the lag has returned. When I was talking about you, lag, I didn't mean that we missed you. Alright, I'm going to go back up and tidy up the edge of the buffle. And he can have this whole bottom section all to himself. Alright, now I do think my head could be a little bit taller. And I think my eye could be a little bit larger. So we're almost there for this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed painting your little buffle-headed dudes and your Meganzer. And I hope you see one, because they're pretty amazing. The colors and the way they look is very, I don't know. I didn't really know that ducks are just this magical. But I hope you see one. And if you've got any cool ducks near you that maybe we should paint, I'd love you to send us a link. My email's up in the chat. You can share me what you want, what you see, and you can also ask if you would like to, if you would like to suggest a topic. We're always keen for people to suggest a topic there. If you've got maybe some cool animals near you and you can get some photos of them, that would be really good. We'd love to see your animals. Maybe you have a cool, unique duck. And check out that app. The one I was showing you before here with the... oh, that's not it. Where is it? On this one. Oh, it's on this tab here. So there's an app. I think it's by Cornell University. Yep, Cornell Lab. And they have all these cool bird things. Oh, we've missed the corner there. Alright, so 2 little sketches this week in our 2-hour time slot. Even though I went over a bit with my ranty. Well, it wasn't ranty this time. We were kind of investigating these cool ducks. And I think you can let me know in the comments if you would like to investigate more. Like maybe I should do that every week. I think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to... Whatever we paint or draw, we should just learn a little bit about it. Right? I mean, we have the opportunity. We're learning what it looks like and the parts of its body. Sometimes we do a bit of anatomy study. And I think that's a great way for us to develop our visual library. Alright, so we might leave it there. I hope you had fun painting your sketches this week. Let's make that tab and we'll go full screen. Alright, so I hope you did have a good time this week. These are our finals. So 2 little sketches, very quick, just studying those different birds. Alright, so we'll leave it there. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and enjoy your weekend. Bye. See you next week.